Yo, 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 it's Murk.
And I'm Murkette. And we're back at it again.
You know, like we like to do every once in a while, we like to hit the news, a little trendy topics.
Current events.
Little current events. And man, one thing that's took in social media, especially black platforms, black people across everywhere is
the incident in Montgomery, Alabama with that security guard getting jumped by all those white people.
and a folded chair.
A folded chair. Chairs are on sale everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not actually on sale. It's
So,
like people raise the price on those things.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about it?
Based on
backstory?
based on what I see, the security guard was basically doing his job, and he had asked some Caucasian men to move their boat because a ferry or something like that was coming. And these guys, young guys, had been drinking and partying or whatever, and I guess they didn't like what he said.
So, to clear it up, the brother was in the right.
The brother was in the right.
Okay.
The brother, he was doing his job.
I want us to get a
Politically
victory.
correct.
I want a victory across the board. So we start off with the right thing. Because once you say you started off in the right, everything after that follows is right. And you know, in this world, if you start off wrong, everything that follows
is wrong. Because people don't hear nothing after that.
Nothing else after
Yeah. So he was basically doing his job. He asked them to move their boat. They didn't like what he said, and they proceeded to attack him. And it wasn't one or two people that attacked him. It was two handfuls, at least, people, men, women. They were stumping him on the ground. And then some people from afar, some brothers that was on another boat from afar, saw what was going on, and they came to his aid.
So I see.
Even one dude jumped off the boat and swam over there to where they were jumping that brother at, and he was,
I think the highlight for me of watching it was that man took that cap off his head. That's the new and black folks.
Bat signal.
Black folks, you ever in a situation, I don't care if it's a fitted or a snapback.
Oh, God.
Throw it in the air.
We already know what time it is.
You do. Remember how iconic Wakanda ever was? And we capping, but we ain't telling no lies. We throwing caps in the air.
So tonight, when you walk into the bedroom and you flip that cap up, I already know what time it is.
You come to my aid.
I guess I know what time it is.
Come to my aid. Literally. But yeah, and I'm gonna just my point of view, man. First of all, we're gonna tell you we don't condone no violence.
Of course not.
We don't want nobody, mob assault and stuff of that nature. But
that brother needed some help, though.
There's just this, this world we live in, man, where people think they can do things to people and nothing happens.
Well, first of all, let's not forget that this happened in Montgomery, Alabama, which is still a very racist area.
Yes, down there. I think they've been in the news a lot about various topics. But and just to be serious, this is something that I think needs to happen more. Not saying the violence of it,
but just thinking up for one another.
To intervene.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you have to remember, as light as we make it, if someone had not intervened or had not been crowded, this could have went a different way.
That man could have gotten hurt real bad.
Another thing about is if there's no one around and no one's videotaping this, it's often that our complexion would have been vilified. You know what I mean? They could have, if someone called the cops and said, yeah, he did this, there would have been no one there to justify
witness
and say, no, that is not what happened and stuff of that nature.
Or he struck us first, he hit us first.
You know what I mean?
He told us to move our boat, we didn't move fast enough, so he hit us.
It could have been a whole lot, more to it. So, I just think it's important.
But what would you have done? What would you have done if you were either on that pier or on that boat out in that water and you saw that happening? What would you have done?
Oh, I'm coming. It took me a little longer to get there because I can't swim. So it took me a little longer to get there.
Well, once the boat docked, that's when all the guys got off.
So the guy that swam across, the little boy, shout outs to you.
Big ups to him.
I like to call him Aqua Brother. You know what I mean? You know you lit when you got Aqua Brother coming to your rescue. So you know, it just I think I would have done the same thing. I never could sit there and watch you know, one of my brothers be handled like that.
But let me cut you off, because I hear what you say, but I also know that if you saw brothers attacking a white person like that, I don't think, I mean, I'm not saying that you would go and fight for the other person, but I think that you would try to settle it down a little bit. Yeah, so, you know, it's not a one-sided thing.
Preservation of life, man, is important to
yeah,
me.
It's not a one-sided thing. When you look at
matters and you see that matters not that big and not that serious, in situations where I would want no one to come out, I would want everyone to come out of it. You know what I mean? So you want to do what you got to do. But I know in those type of situations, man, because of the historical, you know, things of history applied, it just makes me one of those older men. All I was thinking, boy, he must remember something from the 60s and 70s.
The way he was swinging.
In that chair. I said, oh.
The chair was everything. You know, now the chairs, now folding chairs are trending.
Yeah, so, you know, I just think, you know, it's just important, man. Like, I wouldn't want to see that happen to anybody.
But just imagine if that was your dad, or, you know, a brother, or, you know, one of your family members. You would want some other people to come to his aid also.
That's the big thing, you know what I mean? You just never know. Like I said, we don't know how serious it could have got, how dramatic it could have got. We don't know what could have happened to their brother. Others want dad to intervene and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think it should always, you know, be that. And I encourage that for us to not just apply that when it's outside the community.
I agree.
When our own community, you know, we see too many brothers on one man. You know, like we gotta start stepping in, start intervening, you know, protecting our sisters and stuff of that nature. But one win, it's a win for us. I heard someone say, I heard one time somebody say, "This is not our ancestors' right movement. It's a different world today." You know what I mean? Again, we don't condone no violence, but don't put your hands on me. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't want. I'm not sitting at the counter peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? And you know, I will say just another thing on social media. There have been more non-blacks, or I'll say
support.
They have been making fun. They've been saying "got what it deserves."
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's you know, even though there's race within the factors of the situation, it's just really a human being been doing wrong, and other human beings came to his defense. Yeah. And you can never, you know, when you take the colors and the race out of it, that's what you always want.
But you have to see the video and see the way they were beating this man. They made me feel like race was involved. The way they were beating that man, you know, just for simply doing his job.
Because of the historical.
I felt like they made it about race the way they beat him.
It's going to feel. You know, I would say that's why it's important to see race. Like, I don't see color. You have to, because you have to understand that in the black culture, there are a lot of still trauma, PTSD. Stuff passed down mentally, hereditary, you know, from our ancestors, from our parents and grandparents and stuff of that nature. So, you know, as some non-blacks may see that, they seen just a fight. We seen civil rights movement stuff going on. We seen freedom riders getting drugged and beat. We seen people in restaurants getting. That's how it division. You know, that's just how it divisions to us. You know what I mean? I'm sure for other races, there, you know, certain things that Jews may have, the Jewish have experienced, that when they see visualization, it means something different to them. I agree. You know what I mean? Anyone who's ever lost someone for a certain situation, that situation means different than, you know, to others. So,
but in a nutshell, I think it was a good idea for those people to come to the aid of that man. That was an innocent man doing his job, and you never know, he could have been without a job after that if he didn't have witnesses and all that. I always say this too: if you're standing on the right or wrong, you're wrong. So anytime a situation like that, if you're not with the group, make it clear to get yourself away from the group. And I'll always say that, because you can't tell who's who when you. If I'm in a crowd and one person hit me, the whole crowd. You know, so you know, make sure. And those guys were like drunk and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Separate yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was not cool.
So that's just our take on it. You know, just talking about little current events and how we felt about that.
Yeah. It ain't going down around us.
Nah, it ain't going down.
It ain't going down like that.
So, you know, for all my brothers and sisters who feel the same way, I think Walmart got them folding chairs on sale.
No, they probably about $50 now.
Probably, yeah.
They done jacked up the prices.
We're going to go flea market or something.
I got some at my job, though. You know, we can get some money.
We're going to get us.
We're going to put them on the side of the curb.
Like always, I'm Murk.
And I'm Murkette.
And this has been another current interesting topic.
Bum, 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 bum.